Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Prince Automation Destination. This side Prince. So as part of our interview programs for the Test Automation Engineers series, we are going to talk about another interview program, that is how to find out frequency of characters. This is also known as how to find out duplicate characters in a particular string, or how to find occurrence of each character in a particular string. So let us try to understand the problem statement. So the problem statement is, we will have one string Prince space automation space destination. We need to find out frequency or occurrence of each character. So if you will observe, P has frequency 1, similarly A has frequency 3. Because P is repeating only one time, that's why frequency is 1. On the other hand, if we will talk about A has 3 occurrence, A 1 time, 2 and 3. So the frequency is going to be 3. So in the similar fashion, we need to calculate frequency of each character. So now let us jump onto the practical demonstration. Before jumping onto the practical demonstration, I would request you to please try it on your own, and then you can check out this particular solution, right? As this is a string, right? So first of all, we will have to convert this into character array. So input string dot toChar array. This is the method that we will be using, and let us capture this into character array. Let us define the variable. Now let us traverse this into for loop. So as we need to calculate frequency or occurrence of each character, so we need to store the character as well as its occurrence. So for that purpose, we would need one collection. So we will be using a map, because we need to calculate the occurrence and we need to store the character as well. So map is the suitable collection here. So map of character, because we are going to store character and its respective occurrence. So character comma integer. So count can be stored in the form of integer. Let us give it name frequency collector. And let us import this. Now what we're going to do, let us check if map already contains this particular key or not. So for that purpose, we will be using contains key method. And if map already contains the key, what we will do is we will update the previous value for the key. So ch is key, right? And we will get the previous value first, right? Dot get. So this way we are getting the previous value and will increment it by 1. So what we are doing is, if map already contains the key, we are getting the previous value for the key and we are incrementing it by 1, and this way we are updating the value for a corresponding key, right? Now let us talk about else case. So in this case, we will simply add vector output and ch comma 1, because when first time we will get the map, whenever first time we get the key, that time we will provide the value as 1, right? So for example, if I take an example of A, so when first time A will come to this particular for loop, this if block will be false, so the control we won't go in this particular if block, instead the control will come to else block. So this way the map, so this way map will have A as a character and 1 as a value, right? Next time when another A will be encountered, in this case what will happen is, this time it will be true because map already contains this key. So we are going to update the value for this particular key, right? So this is the key we are providing. We are getting the previous value using frequency collector dot get of character. This way we get the previous value and then we are incrementing it by 1. So this way the value for the character A would be 2. Next time again when it will encounter A, right, this time also this particular key would be true, right, because map already contains the key, and it is going to get the previous count, which is 2. So 2 plus 1 3, and latest value for the key, that is A, is updated. So this is how we can store or find out the frequency of a character. Now let us try to print the frequency of each character one by one, right? So for that purpose, we'll be using for loop. Frequency collector dot reset, and let us traverse it on entry by one, as this is map of character comma integer. So it would be entry of map of character comma integer, right? Let us give it name entry. And now let us start the curly brace and close the curly brace. Now what we're going to do, let us print the key and its respective occurrence, right? So how we will get the key? We will be using entry dot get key, right? And as occurrence entry dot get, right? This way we'll try to execute this program now. What will happen? Let's see. So we will get the occurrence of each character. So if you'll observe, we got occurrence for space as well. A has occurrence 3, C has occurrence 1. Likewise, we got occurrence of each character. If you will observe that space also has 2 occurrence, because in this particular string we have 2 spaces. In case we want to ignore space, what we can do simply within this particular for loop, we will add one condition. If ch equal space, if ch not equal to space, only then we are going to process this particular thing, right? Now we will go outside and do this. Now let us try to execute this program once again and see what we will get. In this case, we are not getting the occurrence of space. So this is how we can find out the frequency of a character using Java, right? So what we have done, we have converted this into character array. Then we have created one map and we traverse this particular character array. Here we are checking if it is not space, only then we are going to calculate the frequency of character. Here we are checking if map already contains key. We are getting the previous value corresponding to the key and incrementing it by 1. If it doesn't contain, we are giving it a default value, which is 1. Now, sometimes what happens is interviewer says, please solve it using Java8. So for that purpose, let us please comment the existing code, right? So now we have commented the existing code. Now, in order to process or find the solution using Java8, we will have to convert this string in the form of string, right? So we'll be using input string and we'll be using one chars method. So if you will notice, this chars has return type int string. So we have got this string in the form of int string. Let us try to print the value of each element. So we'll be using this particular thing, and then what we can do, system dot out and println, right? So I'm going to use method reference to print the element of this particular stream, right? So let me run it now. So if you will notice, we are getting some numeral values. What are these numeral value? These numeral values are nothing but are the ASCII value of each character. Why? Because when we tried converting this string into form of in the form of stream, it is in stream, and internally it is giving the ASCII value of each character. But we are not interested in ASCII value of each character. Instead, we are interested in the character itself. So what we'll be doing, we will be first converting this int stream into the stream of characters, right? So for that purpose, we will process each character and will convert this into char, right? What we are doing is we are using lambda expression here, and we have chosen map to object method of stream, right? So map to object, and then what we have done is we are processing each character and we are typecasting into char, and as a result we will get stream of characters. Now to confirm it, let us use for each method again and let us try to print each element. Now let us try to execute once again. So if you will notice, we have got stream of characters this time, right? Now it is the time to get the final outcome, right? Let me remove this particular for each method, and now to collect the final result, we can use collect right, which is the terminal operation of stream. So we can get it in the form of list, set, right? But as we are going to calculate frequency of each character, so the return type is going to be a map. So we'll be using collect, and inside that we are going to use collectors dot grouping by, right? Because we need to group each character and its frequency. So we'll be using grouping by method, right? And what is going to be the classifier? So classifier is going to be the character. So for that purpose, we can use function dot identity, right? So this function dot identity, what it will do, it will simply give the character as it is, right? So this will work like a key for the map, right? And group by method internally will be using it to form one array list for the same element. For example, if we have multiple a, so it will create one array list with a, right? Now it will accept another argument, which is collectors.counting. So what this will do, so whatever the array list has been constructed because of this particular classifier, this collectors.counting will be calculating the size of it, right? And now what we can do, we can capture this into one map, right? So map of character comma long. Let us give it name frequency collector. Now you will see that it is giving the map has character and long. Character is a key and long is value. Why long? Why not integer? Because this particular function dot identity, this works like a key, and collectors dot counting, this works like a value. So if we go inside this particular counting method, it is summing the long, meaning it is returning long only. That's why its return type is going to be long. That's why we are getting map of character comma long. Now we have calculated the frequency of collector, frequency of each character. It's time to print it. So for this purpose also, what we can do is we can iterate this particular map using Java8. So we'll be using for each method, and map has key and value, meaning map has entries and each entry is nothing but key and value. So let us try to traverse it like this. So system.out.println, and we can say a has occurrence plus v, right? And let us try to execute this particular program and see what we will get. So if you will notice, we have got space has occurrence 2, a has occurrence 3, c has occurrence 1, right? Now if you will notice, we have got space as well. We are not interested in space, so we can eliminate space. So if you will observe what we were doing, we converted this string into int stream, then we converted this int stream into stream of character. So at this point of time, we can filter the space, right? So what we can do, we can use one filter method, right? So filter is one method of stream. What we need to filter out, we need to process only those characters which are not space. So we can use this particular condition, right? So filter accept one predicate. So predicate is used for condition. So predicate is one functional interface. So this is how we can filter out the space as well. So what will happen, so we got stream of character. Now we are saying that we need to process only those characters which are not space. So let us try to execute once again and see what is the output. So if you notice that we haven't got space occurrence this time. So this is how we can find out the frequency using Java as well as Java8. And this is what I wanted to cover as part of current lecture. Thank you for watching. I would request you to please like, share and subscribe. Thank you once again.